Hey guys, I just want to make like a like a part two, but just want to add some more information pertaining to this video that I put out a while ago, which is how to get models from Dead or Alive into 3ds Max. So basically, I guess 3D models. Um, I basically only really covered one topic in this video. Actually, it doesn't really go that much far into things, but there's a program that views the Dead or Alive models. It's called Greed Explorer, and it can open up like Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive 3, Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate, Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, and like other games as well. So it's really nice viewing program, but there's actually no way to export the models out. You can just view them, that's it. So that's the kind of sucky part about it. So my solution to that in this video was to download a program called 3D Ripper DX and use that to create a rip. Basically, it just takes like a 3D screenshot, and then you have the 3D model in the screenshot, and then you can pull it out of it. So that's what I showed in the video, and I showed that it works on Dead or Alive 3 and whatever, Dead or Alive Ultimate and all that stuff. Anyway, so I was up here not uploading, but updating some broken links and that like that. So the links here are now updated. At least they should be. Just I couldn't figure out how to like link my entire folder from Dropbox, so I just did the individual files that I thought pertained to the video. So you should be able to get those there. That took me a while to find, actually. So beyond that, there was some comments by some other people here. Somebody's having some trouble with converting characters using the DOA2 exporter. So I figured I'd touch bases on that, talk about that for a bit. So yeah, before I get into the Dead or Alive U extractor, what do you want to call it? Just a reminder, the way I show it in here is probably the best way to do it. Or actually, you know what? It's not actually the best way to do it. I'll let you guys be the judge. How about that? So anyway, I copied the AFS files off of my installation. So I just got it on my Xbox 360. I'm using the Microsoft SDK to copy files. Basically, it just integrates with my Windows, so the Xbox shows up as like a device on the network. So that's cool. So I can just copy files that way. So I copied the files from Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate, and in that video that I showed you guys, or that video that I made before, I said use Greed Explorer to view the models. And so this is Greed Explorer. We can open up files here. We can open up individual files, or we can open up an archive of files, which is cool. So we have these three archives here. This one called Data HDD, or yeah, it is the stage files, and this one is the character files. This data DVD is actually like the miscellaneous models and things like that. So we're actually interested in the Data HDD 2. And so what this does is it opens up the archive and allows us to browse the files. Now right now it's in file browse mode. What I usually do is go to options, and I enable single click mode, and as well automatically load models. So now what you can do is single click, left click, single click on any one of those listings, and now it will load up the model, and so that's pretty sweet. Now the person that replied to the video was also asking, how do you decrypt the models? Basically, the models in Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate are all encrypted. They're locked. They're like password locked. So when you're using Greed Explorer, it is unlocking them for you as you view them, or if you extract them. But if you're using a different tool, let's say you're using AFS Explorer, because the AFS format is actually kind of common. There's other tools out there. The problem is if you use AFS Explorer or a different tool other than Greed Explorer, what will happen is when you export the files like a character model, it will still be locked. It will still be encrypted. And what does that mean? If it's locked, you won't be able to do anything. And so I'm going to do a demonstration here. This is the Dead or Alive U exporter, or we want to call it. Let me just clean up my files here. All right, we're just gonna go like random. We're just gonna up and down, and we'll just grab a file at random. And we have two options here. When I right-click, I can export the file raw, which is it's going to be encrypted. It's going to be locked, or I can export it as an unlocked file. So I'm going to export the locked version first to demonstrate what would happen. Okay, so the file is still locked. If I try to extract the models from the file, you won't get an error. It won't crash or anything. Just won't do anything. Okay, so that it is no good. So we're gonna get rid of that one. We're gonna wait. Which one was it? I lost it. Whatever. Who cares? We're gonna export the second option. We're gonna decode it, which means to unlock it. I'm gonna use the first option here, and we're gonna save it. And when you save it, it's going to give you this squiggly thing and some weird letters here. I guess that's like the password to relock the file when you want to bring it back in. You can't actually do that with Grid Explorer. It's not meant for re-importing. Re-importing is only, I guess, important when you're interested in modding the game. Now, that was never brought up in that video that I made prior, but if you are interested in modding the game, this thing called Ninja Toolbox is a dedicated AFS tool that will decrypt and re-encrypt files so you can put them back in. So you would need this tool to put things back into the game. But because we're not interested in that right now, we're just interested in extracting. I would say use Grid Explorer because it's basically the best way of doing it. I guess Ninja Toolbox can do it as well. Can export files. But this is probably the best way to do it. So we're going to export it as a decrypted oh wait, where did that? Yeah. So we can do is open it up now. And it's telling us that we got, objects and textures. We can now check the folder, and you can see that the files have been dumped out. Now, in correlation with this, you're probably going to want to use 3Dsmax. And I have a script here that I just wrote that will allow us to import all the models at the same time. Oh, actually it's right here. Yeah, it's already open. But another way you can boot up the script is if you can just drag it into the screen. It'll ask you to open up a file or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up one of the files, and I should just import the rest of them automatically. Alright, and so it imports them all automatically, but we're left with the situation where all the models are conjoined to the center of the axis there. Essentially, the game just keeps the model in pieces, and we never quite figured out how to resolve that because the skeleton was missing. So there's a solution that we have is basically people were reassembling them manually, and so how you would do that is basically grab one of the models and kind of stitch them back together. Oh yeah, that's a lot of work, I guess. Oh, that's so much work. But yeah, you can imagine stitching these back together piece by piece by piece. It'd probably take a couple hours. So that's actually not the way we're going to be doing it. See if I can figure out where to put it. Too many files on my desktop. Okay, so this thing here, these are scripts that were created by somebody else, I think, or me, I don't remember. Let's see here, we have Helena here. Okay, we do. We have Helena here, and I actually don't remember what costume it was. 10. So we're going to import the assembly script for her 10th costume, and it should reassemble her costume. Some of these objects we don't need. We can just kind of select them, get rid of them if we can. I think that they have a certain range. So maybe up. No, that's wrong. Below then. Yeah, okay, so there's still some artifacts there, but oh, those things are physics items, I think, or like objects. There's like lipstick in there or something. Looks like a mirror or something. But anyway, majority of the model is assembled. Basically, we have a couple models in here. We have the cast shadow model, the reflection model, the primary model. Then we have the cinematic accessories in there, and then sometimes the physics items. They're at a place sometimes. So some of these objects that you don't think you need, get rid of them, and then some of these things that you know, they're items, you can kind of place them to where you need them, and if not, you can just get rid of them, right? But yeah, that's the easiest way to do it, is just bring in one of the imported assembly scripts, and you can reassemble the model pretty easily. Alright, so I guess that's all really I got to show you guys. Last thing I just wanted to show you guys is something I was working on 2 years ago, and I kind of gave up on it, but it's still worth showing. I guess it'll be 4. Alright, so this is the import tool that I wrote a long time ago, and it might not work. We'll see, I guess. Let's see if it will open up files. Okay, this is weird. So we're gonna open up an imported model. That's where the cat file is not showing up. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna go cat, open up the XPR. Now what? Models. Okay, that didn't do anything. Okay, let's try a different one. Alright. Okay, so for number 1, model. So yeah, it basically there was a adoption of the Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate game, and it was put over to the PC, and it was called Dead or Alive Online, and it was like a promotional thing when the Olympics went to China, Beijing. But anyway, so there was some other people that were interested in modding the game, and so somebody was actually able to find the skeleton, which was actually embedded in the executable of the game, actually, which was kind of weird. So I tried to make my own tool to apply the skeleton. So this number 2 button should allow us to apply the skeleton, but where is the skeleton? Okay, I have skeletons here. I got a bunch of skeletons. Where's Helena? Okay, put that on the desktop here. Skeleton. Yep. Alright, what I'm going to do is import the skeleton. That's Helena's skeleton. And then the button 3 seems to be broken. I guess I'll try this other script that might do it. And let's see here, we want to turn on that. That, maybe not. And that for sure, so that should probably do it. So it's going to turn on the positions of the objects and the joints. This should apply the skinning, so gotta turn that off, turn that on. Probably should work now. Cat file, XPR file, and fingers crossed. Okay, that's bad. Still doing stuff. It's like really, really slow. I think it's done. Okay, so there's again some items that we don't need. For example, that's a shadow box model. I think the reflection model is actually missing. This is actually for the physics calculation, and other than that, everything else seems to be working. So we have the skeleton there. Come on. And if I click on it, okay, doesn't want me to click on it. So I'm going to change it to bones. There we go. And the skinning should be operational. No, some of the indexing is wrong. What that means is the skin weights work, but the assignment might be screwy. What's that? With the no, we don't want that. Okay, wow, cool. And so the rest of things like the breast physics and the face animation and things like that, those are actually vertex animated. That is what this thing is. But if I recall, that will just probably crash everything. So we won't even bother trying because it'll just freeze up my computer. But yeah, that's where I got it. But you can see that everything was still, you know, kind of touch and go because everything's kind of really buggy and stuff like that. So it was nothing that I released, and because it actually requires you to have the real skeleton, that was kind of a legal issue because technically I'm supposed to be extracting the skeleton directly from the executable, and I'm not. I just have the binaries, or the binary? Yeah, the binaries that were sent to me by Bonnie, which are legal for me because I have the game, I guess, but at the same time the tool isn't supposed to, like when you're making a program, it's not supposed to harbor any code from whatever you're working on because it's a copyright issue. So I guess I could still send them, just say you have to own the game to use the skeletons, right? Whatever. Anyway, that's the other way of getting the models out of the game. The materials should work. I don't know why they're all blue and stuff. Oh, they're inverted. Oh, I'm a dork. Yeah, what does that look like if you re-invert it then? What? The invert button doesn't work on the new one? Oh, what the frig? What's up with that crazy crap? I'm sorry, I'm taking up too much time. I just want to see what it looks like when you invert it. Did I not even click on that? I fucking hate Windows 10. I'm clicking on you. Like, I'm clicking on you. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's all screwed up. Thank you. Oh, that is not invert. It's this color adjust. Negative image. Nah, even if it's... Nah. Even if it's inverted, it still looks stupid. That's depressing. Maybe we got the channel screwed up. Let's see here. Split channel. Combine channel. Say this is blue, this is green. No, not even close. Alright, anyway, sorry that video kind of veered off. Again, you can use this thing. I'm going to upload this stuff right now. So you have the coordinates, the preset assemblies, the import batch script, and the tool here. Again, don't use any other tools except for Grid Explorer, and then when you export, make sure that you're exporting as a decoded file, and that you should be fine. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your projects and stuff. Cool. Sign out. Later.